Hello, I'm Courtney Pabis. We are Section 14, Group 4.
Hi, my name is Jessica Redmond. I'm a senior marketing major with a concentration in professional selling.
Hi, I'm Leo Rosales. I'm a management major and senior.
My name is Sikander Shah, and I'm an Information Systems and Analytics senior.
Hi, my name is Araceli Tapia, and I'm a senior in marketing.
And today we're going to go over how AI is transforming customer engagement in marketing.
So first, we're going to take a look at the current use of AI in customer engagement. Companies are currently incorporating AI to save time, improve personalization, and increase customer satisfaction. The main tools we'll be discussing today are chatbots, recommendation systems, and predictive analytics. First, we want to take a look at chatbots. Chatbots are AI tools that allow companies to respond to customers instantly. They are everywhere and are usually the first point of contact between a company and a customer. They provide instant customer support 24/7, answer questions and solve simple problems, and help customers shop and find products. And overall, they reduce wait time and improve customer satisfaction. Next, we have recommendation systems. So, have you ever wondered how Netflix seems to know exactly what you want to watch, or how Amazon knows which products to recommend? That's artificial intelligence studying your behavior and making recommendations based on the data collected, also known as the recommendation systems. Essentially, they suggest products, shows, and content based on user behavior. They analyze clicks, purchases, watch history, and they benefit companies because it keeps customers engaged and it encourages repeat usage. Moving on, we have predictive analytics. Predictive analytics uses AI to analyze past data and identify patterns to predict what customers may want next. It's kind of similar to recommendation systems, except these help companies plan future marketing campaigns, and they can forecast customer behavior trends and buying patterns.
So today, with challenges in AI, it's always transforming like the way that we interact with businesses, and it brings challenges that we need to understand. It helps a lot, but there's still problems that arise. It helps us streamline, sometimes it requires human judgment and creativity that it lacks on. So that's kind of a part that is kind of challenging for some people. Privacy is one of the major concerns. There's collecting a massive amounts of data. People want to know how the information is being used and like protected. Um, they also like these concerns kind of like reflect in the workplace because some leaders might be like excited to use AI, but like sometimes they lower and higher like profit margins, but it just requires still human interaction. There's a Microsoft survey that shows that like 53% of workers worry that using AI for tasks would like make them seem replaceable. And yeah, and then it's also shaping like AI is reshaping the way the marketing industry like is being like seen. Uh, you need to understand data, your automation tools, and how to work alongside like AI. There's skill requirements, there's an industry landscape, the job roles. Um, Marketing has become more data driven, more personalized, and much faster like paced. We kind of rely on AI to like see how like consumers behave, their optimize our campaigns, and like tailor to individual preferences. And then like our job roles are also evolving because of that. There's like more technical and analytical skills required for that. There's AI is being replacing some marketers, but they're also making the industry try to like go with that and connect, and like they have to like keep up with it. So they're trying to evolve and they're trying to grow and innovate at the same time.
So I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into the skill requirements. So with AI becoming so prevalent in like marketing and other industries, it's really important to learn a range of skills so you can stay relevant in competitive industry. Some of these being like technical skills, like learning and adapting new AI platforms or data tools such as Power BI or Jasper. These are just like data analytic tools that analyze consumer behavior, trends, and they help build campaigns. Another one would be soft skills. So these are just personal attributes and abilities, like communication, problem solving. This is going to be really beneficial if there's something not working in the AI, you need to be able to fix it. And then lastly, there's creative and strategic tools or skills. So this is just, even though AI is great at doing insights, you still need a little bit of human imaginations into prompts that gives that touch, a personability. So some emerging job roles that are in marketing would be like the marketing automation specialist. This is just helping with everyday tasks like repetitive emails and such things like that. It's just going to be able to help guide a company better. An AI marketing strategist also uses predictive analytics to help their team perform better. And then an AI social media optimization manager helps boost engagement using AI reaching the right audience. And so lastly, what I'm going to talk about is the industry landscape of AI in marketing. So the marketing industry looks very bright with AI. There's many high levels of growth and adoption and innovation. So AI is expected to expand to double digits, reaching a projected revenue of 100 billion by 2028. It's already being heavily used in many parts of marketing, like consumer engagement and search engines. But one last thing would be regulatory frameworks. They can't just be automated. You have to have some human oversight when using AI.
Future trends in marketing. So let's talk about marketing teams nowadays. They're using and reacting to customers as need be. And soon we predict that it will create, execute, and plan and engage with these customers. Marketing teams we predict will use with AI instead of against it. I want to highlight something called agentic AI, which, as we know, AI is a buzzword that's thrown around a lot nowadays. Chat boxes are typically what come to mind, like Copilot, ChatGPT, and Gemini. The difference between chatbox AI and agentic AI is that it will take autonomous action on those pre-approved tasks. So that will really aid customer engagement as well as personalization. So think about marketing campaigns. They can really reach that target specific audience as opposed to one size fits all. It would be one size fits you. Another thing we saw is conversational shopping. When it comes to shopping online or shopping even in store, the use of artificial intelligence guiding you in the right direction so you find exactly what you're looking for. And this all roots back to hyper personalization. Now let's talk about the ethical considerations of artificial intelligence. So a lot of people are a bit skeptical. They're concerned about their job at risk and having, artists' true art being taken away by use of coding and just artificial intelligence as opposed to human intelligence. So a huge concern would be data privacy. What data is being collected? How is that data being used? And who is that data being shared with? Are top concerns of consumers, especially use in AI. Another thing is bias. Is discrimination be an issue? Could that be potentially unfair to others? Another thing is transparency. What we've seen nowadays is companies not disclosing the use of AI and taking the credit of human work while promoting campaigns and posts and engagements online as well. It just really decreases trust overall. Another huge thing is accountability. Who is going to take the fall if AI makes a mistake? Because at the end of the day, you can't blame a robot. So leadership decision is and approval is necessary during this process. To keep long-term customer loyalty, we really need to keep privacy as number one and keeping their data, especially personal data, protected. Secondly, removing that bias and eliminating that completely. When you input biased data, it's going to give you biased outputs. So keeping that in mind. And lastly, communicating the AI's usage openly and not hiding that information.
All right. So our recommendation slide basically binds everything together, which we discussed before, and tries to generate insights about it and the way forward. So the first is adopt a hybrid model. What we mean by that is that technical skills, which were once very important to learn, are still important, but they can be substituted by AI and using like large language models. For, for example, coding and scripting. I did an internship this summer and I was fully allowed to use AI as much as I can. So the gaps in my technical skills, I filled those by using AI, but I still had to like talk to my manager and my in charge, like they would still ask me the questions like what you did, how do you solve the problem. I couldn't just tell them to hold on for a second and then ask ChatGPT and then reply to them what ChatGPT told me. So the point is that there still has to be a hybrid between the human element and the artificial intelligence element because the soft skills still need to be brought by the human, and those could not be replaced. Or there have been efforts, but it's not, the human touch still needs to be there. And now that there are so many new roles emerging, there are endless opportunities for people as long as they they adopt a hybrid model. And secondly, and the second point is practice transparent communication. As businesses start using chatbots, recommendation systems, and predictive analytics, they need to be transparent about their use. Because we all have been through the time when we were thinking about buying something and we got a notification on our phone about that, maybe about pizza or like a shirt you were thinking about. And we all know that it felt pretty invasive. So that should not be the case. If companies are transparent about their use of customer data, that's not going to be an issue for the customers because they're going to be expecting that. And another thing is that when companies use AI in different functions of their business, that should also be transparent because later, if they get caught using AI, they're going to lose all credibility. Like when I'm scrolling through social media and I come across any post which has that like iconic ChatGPT M dash in it, that social media page or like Instagram page totally loses all credibility in my mind because I know that the author did not come up with this. They just like fed a prompt to ChatGPT and didn't even like proofread it well. They just copy pasted everything. And the third is invest in employee training. So this has two angles, one for the employer and one for the employee. For the employer, they can get a new level of productivity from their employees if they know how to use the hybrid model I discussed earlier. New roles can be discovered and taken benefit from, such as marketing or automation, AI marketing, AI social media, all the things which in previous times took a week to do, their employees can do it in like 1 or 2 days by accelerating time consuming and repetitive tasks. And the other angle of this would be that the employees can also use AI in a manner that they can expand their roles from traditional roles to like new ones, as I discussed earlier, like marketing automation, AI marketing, social media, to upskill themselves and not become obsolete and have their job simply replaced by AI. That also touches back to the adopt a hybrid model point. So that was all from our side, and thank you so much for listening.